Hello, YouTube. Now, I've seen this for a few days and I didn't really care, and then I realized how serious the situation had gotten. What am I talking about? The Last of Us 2 leak. Now, I have different feelings about The Last of Us, and I have a few issues with the people covering this leak. One, well, actually, no, I don't know where to start with this, actually. So I'll just go from here. The other day, The Last of Us was exposed of having all these. Basically, from what a leaker showed, and I'll just put a disclaimer, this leaker, for all we know, may not. Well, apparently it wasn't a disgruntled employee or something, but this person could have just been putting out pieces of information to make the game seem a certain way. I will say that. But if the game is as it's shown, wow. Here you have another attempt to throw in SJW propaganda, and it comes at the cost of a quality story and narrative continuation. I just don't get it. I don't understand why everyone wants to try so hard to put, you know, here's the thing. They pretend as if lesbianism and trans women have never been in gaming before. Where have you been? They've been gaming. They've been gaming for a while. I'm not going to tell you where, but if you've been on the gaming scene as long as I have, you know exactly where to look. And I'm going to leave that right there. But when I first saw Last of Us premiere at E3 2018, it looked cool. It looked like another Last of Us game. The animations looked fluid and everything like that. But there was just something off. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, where's Joel? Oh, that was literally my first thing. And it just, the game, it didn't pull me in as first of all, Uncharted to me is still the better game compared to Last of Us. But I think the first Last of Us was a little bit overrated. Don't get me wrong, it was a good game, but I still think Uncharted 2 was better. But again, when I first saw this, you had lesbianism, and I'm just like, oh, okay, and all this other stuff, and then you had this other shit break cover about how, she's got some straight chick is pregnant, and Ellie's trying to raise a family with a straight chick who got pregnant by this other guy in their camp, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Okay. And then apparently Joel gets like killed. I think like at the beginning or something, which that's just fucked up in and of itself, because it's one thing if you see like the main character get killed and then the game goes back to the beginning and then you lead up to how it happened, which that's all the movies and stuff like that are always cool. But this is something entirely different. And I don't know, there was just when I first saw Last of Us 2, there was just it was pretty, but it just didn't. Something felt off. And to me, the actual, the thing that stole the show for me, and the game I'm most hyped for this year is Ghost of Tsushima when it comes to PS4, because that looks amazing. A brand new art direction. And it's not a fucking Souls game, thank God. But my other issue is with the people covering this issue. And you have people who say, well, this is one of the biggest leaks, the biggest leak I think we have ever had in the gaming industry. And I scratch my head because I'm just like, where the fuck have you guys been? Look, you had a build of Half-Life 2, a build of the game get leaked and put on the internet for download before Half-Life 2 came out. It's crazy how how everyone seems to have a short memory, but whatever. And I think if this is based on how aggressively Sony is going after this, I think it's safe to say that that is the storyline of the game. And I may still rent it. I'm not buying it. I wasn't planning on buying it. I use GameFly anyway. But I guess there was alarm bells all along from when I first saw it. But continuing, and I think Sony may want to look at doing what Valve did after the Half-Life 2 leak, is basically just delay the game. You've already got if that snippets of gameplay, those spoilers, quote unquote, were the representational of the game's story arc, then yeah, you may want to delay and rewrite the game. Because yeah, that's if you guys go look at the leaks, yeah, I'm good. And again, the way SJWs talk is as if lesbians and trans women have never existed in video games. Which is strange, is the depictions back in the early days were not as stereotypical and did not come at the cost of the game's story. And we're just like little things like we could laugh at. And hell, you've even had trans women in cartoons. Let me be very clear here. They never directly said it, but it was there. It's just heartbreaking how studios are willing to risk everything on something that hasn't worked. And I actually, this may lead into another series I'm going to do about overrated games. But I think, to close out this video, I think they should delay The Last of Us, maybe make it a PS5 launch title, and then bring forward Ghost of Tsushima again into the June 25th slot. I believe it was June 25th. But this is, and I actually was kind of, as much as I was a little hesitant, and I was looking at Ghost of Tsushima more, when I was actually kind of disappointed that they pushed that back and put The Last of Us in its place effectively. I was still open to playing because I was like, get a decent, pretty good story to keep you engaged, whatever. And then I see this shit in it, and I'm just like, why? Why are you gonna kill off the game's main character like that? And I always, as with everything, I always hold a sliver of hope that this isn't the case, but I hate to say it, 99% of the time, it's that sliver of hope and faith goes unrewarded. Have a good day. Take care.